Hi, this is PR Sundar. Welcome to Dalal Street Week Ahead program. First, let us look at what happened last week. Markets were very bad both in India as well as US. And US markets, the inflation jitter has started again. Inflation went up to 9% and then came down to 6.5 to 7%. But now there are indications that it's going to continue there around 6.5 to 7% and not going to fall so drastically. So because of this jitter, they are expecting higher interest rate. So the markets have fallen. Dow has fallen about 2.5%. Nasdaq has fallen about 3% last week. But even when global cues are good, we have been falling. And our market is falling because of local cues, mainly because of Adani saga. And you go and check the candles. This is the first time I am seeing 7 red candles continuously. And although it's a fall of 6 days, not 7 days, and the first day, opening and closing was lower, but it was higher than the previous day. So 7 continuous red candles is really very scary, and Nifty has fallen about 500 points and in the last 1 week. So this Adani saga continues. Adani stocks continue to fall. Stocks like Adani Gas, Adani Total Gas, Adani Green continue to trade at lower circuits on almost day-to-day basis. And Adani Enterprise every day is falling about 100 rupees. It went up to 2,200. Now it has come below 1,300. So we don't know when these Adani stocks are going to stabilize, and that is more important for other stocks to stabilize. Stocks like PSU banks are seeing the collateral damage. And PSU index has already fallen about 10% in the last 2 weeks. Overall, the market setup is very, very bearish, and FIIs are holding more than 80% short position in index futures. Their long position is less than 20%. First, we look at the positives separately and negatives separately. First, we look at the positives. So in the past, as and when FIIs had more than 80% short position, markets uniformly rallied in the next few weeks. And second one, though markets are falling, the India VIX is actually not shooting up. If the India VIX shoots up, then it is a real cause for concern, but India VIX is keep falling. The third one, though FIIs are selling, but they are not selling aggressively. Last year they used to sell 3,000 crore, 4,000 crore per day. But nowadays, even the maximum they are selling 1,000, 1,500 crore. FII selling is not very aggressive. Fourth one, the global cues are not really that bad except for the last 1 week. The US jitterness, I think that will also get over in another 1 week time. So the global cues are not really bad. It's because of local cues markets are falling. And the fifth one, the Nifty has already fallen nearly 1,500 points in last 3 months. And, without any major news like Lehman Brothers collapse and coronavirus, and normally market should stabilize after falling 3 months. And in the past, the usually 3 red candles, monthly candles, were always followed by a green candle in the 4th month. So these are all the positive things for our market. But what are the negatives? But there are even more negatives. Number one, the US market started showing volatility. So the US VIX is still above 20, and inflation doesn't seem to come down. And if jobs data and other things are like sluggish, the markets can fall even more. And we are already weak even when the global markets are good. When the global markets turn bad, we will become even more bad. And second one, FII selling may not be aggressive, but what is the point here? Earlier, last year, when FIIs were selling 3,000 crore, 4,000 crore, and lot of retail people came and pumped in lot of money directly as well as through indirectly through mutual funds. So the mutual funds supported the market. But this time, though FII selling is not very aggressive, the domestic institution buy is also not aggressive. There's a NSE report that says, more than 38 lakh active traders have gone out of the system. For the last 1 to 2 years, markets have given negative return. So because of that, more and more retail people may lose interest, may get out. So markets, fall because of two things. One, aggressive selling will bring the markets down. And number two, even if there is no aggressive selling, but if there is a lack of buying from the other side, then also the market can fall. So now what is happening now, it is not aggressive selling by FIIs, but the lack of buying interest. So that is what is bringing the markets down, and that is likely to continue. And the next one, this Adani saga. So Adani saga is not likely to end anytime soon. So when you can expect markets to stabilize, at least for 3 to 4 days, and all Adani group stocks should start trading without hitting lower circuit or upper circuit. Look at Adani Power. 3 days went upper circuit, and then after that it's coming to lower circuit. So this upper circuit, lower circuit, so this drama continues, the volatility will continue. So we have to wait for the markets to stabilize, Adani stocks to trade at least for a few days, and all the 10 Adani group stocks should start trading without hitting lower circuit or upper circuit. So that is, until then, the volatility is likely to continue. As I told you, more retail people are likely to exit the markets, and because all these corona traders who came to the market, they've seen only one direction, and market Nifty went up from 7,500 to 19,000, 18,900. So they have not seen the ugly face of the market. Now when the ugly face of the market comes in, we don't know how many of these people will be staying. And when the lack of buying and then even slight selling by FIIs can bring the market down drastically. Now let us look at the data. Number one, 17,350 to 17,400 should be the first line of support. Why? Because 17,350 to 17,400 is the budget day low. That's number one. Number two, 200-day moving average is also there. So therefore, that is very, very significant. But Monday morning, Nifty is likely to open around 17,400 if SGX Nifty is any indication. So we are already trading at a major support level. So that is the first support. Second support, 17,000 to 17,050. This I mentioned many times already, that it is where the 50% Fibonacci retracement of the entire move of 2022 from 15,200 to 17,900. That is the second major support. Now the third major support is 16,800. Why? That 16,800 is the September 22 low point, and that is where the rally started in the next 2 months. In the next 2 months, Nifty rallied about 1,700 point, 900 point in the first month, 800 point in the second month. So that rally's low is 16,800. So the first support is 17,350 to 17,400. Second support 17,000 to 17,050. The third support is 16,750 to 16,800. And if that level is broken, then I can tell you there is no other support except 15,200. So that will turn our market even more uglier. So let us hope at least the second support of 17,000 market takes support. Of course, I am talking this about a longer term view, not a very short term view. Resistance, there is no need to talk about resistance in a falling market, but however, we'll look at the possibilities. The first possibility is that 17,700, that was a support earlier. Once that is broken decisively, and that becomes a resistance now. 17,700 to 17,800 as a first resistance. And the second resistance is 18,265. That is a December high. So 18,265, many times it went to 18,200 to 265, then fell. And the third resistance, of course, is 18,500. That's because, in the past, as and when FII had more than 80% short position, Nifty rallied about 1000 point. So a rally of 1000 point from now, it's about 18,500. So no need to worry much about resistance. We need to worry only about the support. Looking at the data wise, markets will be keenly watching for Q3 GDP data on 28th of February and 1st of March and 2nd of March. The usual data like monthly auto sales data, monthly cement sales data, and then core sector growth data, then manufacturing PMI data, and so on. And usually the first Friday of the month, the US jobs data will be coming, but I don't know, this time the first Friday is coming on 3rd of March, but this time the 10th of March only that jobs data is coming. So because of that, we can expect some kind of stability in US markets in the first week. Only the second week, consumer price inflation data as well as jobs data will be coming into the focus. And in a monthly wise, if you are talking, March month is a very long month. We have 5-week series. So 5-week series, 4-week series will have 20 trading sessions. 5-week series will have about 25 trading sessions. So that is 5 trading sessions more. However, there are 2 public holidays. So because of that, the total number of trading sessions will be only 23 trading sessions. So the expectation for the coming week is 17,000 to 18,000, and the expectation for the month is 16,800 to 18,200. So this is the range right now, and of course things can change along the way, so we have to change. And right now the market setup is bearish, and tomorrow morning if it opens negative, if it closes negative, then tomorrow will be the 8th straight day our market closing in red. So that will be a sort of record, we can say. So anyway, we will see tomorrow what happens to US futures and Asian markets. And right now, I'm not taking any bullish view. I'm taking only the bearish bets. So let us see what happens next week. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. Thank you for watching.